Okay.
Good morning, everybody. Dear students, today I shall start your first chapter in economics. The chapter is development. You know the meaning of development. Development means progress. Everybody on this earth want develop, there is no doubt. But the development is divided into two types. One is social development and another is economic development. Regarding India, you know that our society was divided into a number of castes in which people who belonged to lower caste were discriminated in our society. So it is no doubt that all the people on this earth do not want to be discriminated. But here we are talking about economics. Development is not a chapter of social development. So in economics, generally we shall talk about economic development. In economic development, different people in this world have different goals. That is why it is very, very difficult to find a common indicator for everybody. You know that our society is even divided into rich and poor. That is why a common indicator for goals or development is a difficult task. But here we shall try to talk about a common indicator on the basis of which we can talk about development. Here I would like to give you an example. Category of people. Development goals. First, landless, rural, casual laborers. In rural areas, in the villages of our country, you know that there are landless people. In urban, in rural areas, who do not have a bit of land. So here we shall study what a landless rural casual laborer think about his development. Always remember that different people in our country or in this world have different views, different aspirations regarding their development. So at first, I shall give you an example of landless rural casual laborer. What aspirations is there regarding this person? A landless rural casual laborer always think about regular work. Fine wages. Education for his children. And health facilities. Here you can easily notice about the differences in goals or aspirations of different people in our society. So here I have told you, a landless casual laborer always want to have regular work, good wages, education for his children, and health facilities. Another example, big and prosperous farmer of Punjab. Another person who lived in Punjab, he is big and prosperous farmer. He has a lot of land which he cultivates. So what are his aspirations? You can easily notice that the goals of this farmer is quite different than that of landless rural casual laborers. The farmer always think about high prices of his produce. Cheap labor. And export of his produce. So you can easily notice that the aspirations or goals of two persons was quite different. There is no similarity. What does a landless laborer want? At the same time, what does a big and prosperous farmer of Punjab thought? You can also take another example. A rickshaw. Puller. In city. What are his developmental goals? What did he want about development? He always think increase in fare. Good earning. and better health. A rickshaw puller who is poor, his wants are his goals are increase in fare, good earning and better health. Now took a big factory owner. What does a big factory owner want? What are his aspirations? He always thought about cheap labor. No labor strike. Cheap raw material. Cheap means of transport. And electricity. These are the aspiration of a big factory owner. So when you comparison between the aspirations of two persons, one is a poor rickshaw puller in a city, and another is a factory owner. The goals and aspirations of both the person are quite different. There are no similarities. So in this way, you have to write. Here I have give you category of people, and you have to fulfill the developmental goals. Categories of people. Development goals. First, a maid servant working in a household. Here you have to write her aspiration. Second, farmer who depend only on rain-fed farming. What are his goals? Right here. Third, a boy from a rich family. Right here about his aspirations. And last, a girl from a rich urban family. So here are four categories of people, and you have to give here their aspirations, their goals. I think it would not be difficult for you. Here, I have told you that there are differences among different type of people. You have seen about a rickshaw puller. You have seen about a labor. What are their aspirations? So their aspirations or goals are quite different. That is why it is slightly difficult to fix a common goal of the people on this world. But in economics, we divide two factors which are very common for development. One is material goals, another is non-material goals. What is material goal? Material goal is the income of a person. People follow different type of occupations to earn money. Whatever they get is explain their material goal. You know, everybody want to get more and more money, to earn more and more money. So the money which a person earn in his life, it belongs to material goal. Another is non-material goal. What is the meaning of non-material goal? Non-material goal means there are a number of social causes, social things which are also necessary for a person when he tries to earn money. These are equal treatment, freedom, security, respect in the society, and no discrimination. These are the conditions which have their value in the life of a person. So in this way, the aspiration of people can be divided into two forms, material goals and non-material goals. Here, I give you an example. Suppose there is a person who is offered a job and his salary is very high, but the terms and conditions are unfavorable for him. During his work, there is no equal treatment, there is no freedom, no security, no respect in the society, and discrimination is also had with him. So in such a scenario, a person always deny to attend this job. On the other hand, a person is offered a job, but its salary is not so high, but other terms and conditions which I have told you, non-material goal, are fine, like there is equality in treatment. He is given freedom. He is also provided job security. He is also respected by the society. And there is no discrimination among the people while they work. So it is clear that the person want to attend second type of job. So here, although both the things are important, material goods, it is also important, material goals, it is also important, and non-material goal, it is also important. But the story which I have told you about a person, in such a scenario, he will join second job. He denied the material goals. In our country, you know that women also work outside their houses. But it is important for them that they must be secured. If we provide them security, so then they can leave their houses and they can work for the country too. So in this way, here I have told you that the goals can be divided into two parts, material goals, non-material goals. Both the goals have their importance. Here we shall discuss about indicators of development. Indicators of development means what are the parameters that are used to measure a development. So at first, in the measurement of development, national income what is national income? National income means the value of production or final goods and services in a country within a year. It means the total value of goods and services in a year is known as national income. In other words, you can say that there are a number of sectors in our country: agriculture sector, secondary sector, tertiary sector. So what are the total value of the production of these sectors? This total value is known as national income. So when the national income is increased, everybody will be prosperous, there is no doubt. And second is per capita income. What is per capita income? The total value of the country from separate sectors are added and then it is divided by the population of a country. So then the product is known as national income. Here countries total income oblique countries total population. Per capita income means country's total income oblique country's total population. The product that we get after dividing it is known as per capita income. But per capita income is not a complete indicator of development, as I have told you, national income. In India, we have a huge burden of population. The population is increasing fast in our country. That is why to increase per capita income is a problem. On the other hand, the resources are not equally divided among the people in our country. The result is per capita income does not address the social, human, institutional, ethnic, and environmental concerns. Here, see a chart and then decide about per capita income. Look this chart. There are two countries, A and B. The total income of the country is divided among 5 persons. First, second, third, fourth, and fifth. The division is in country A, first get 8,000 rupees. Second, 8,500 rupees. Third, 9,500 rupees. Fourth, 10,500. And fifth, 10,800. In this chart, you can notice that there is a bit of difference between the income of these 5 peoples in country A. Here look about country B. The first person got 500, second 600, third 650, fourth 750, and fifth 44,800. Although the average income of both the countries is same, here take the total of all these people. It is 47,300. The total income of country B is also 47,300. And per capita income, it is total here per capita income. 9,460. 9,460. This income will be divided into 5, then you will get per capita income. So here you see that per capita income is same in both the countries A and B, but practically look here. In country A, first person get 8,000. But in country B, the first person get only 500 rupees. So there is wide difference, wide gap between these two people. So in this way, for developing countries, per capita income is not a suitable indicator for the development. So that's all. I have allotted you a little bit of your homework. Do them, and we shall talk tomorrow regarding this. Thank you very much for being with us. कितने मिनट बोलो?